Long after Adam and Eve left the Garden of Eden, the world had become a place filled with people. However, instead of love and kindness, humanity was now full of violence and corruption. People were constantly doing evil, harming each other, and turning away from God's ways. This broke God's heart, and he felt sorrow and regret for the state of the world. He had created humans with so much love, but they had forgotten about him and chosen selfish, destructive lives. But amidst all this darkness, there was one man who still walked with God. His name was Noah. Noah was different from the others. He was a righteous man who honored God, and he taught his family to do the same. Seeing Noah's faithfulness, God decided to save him and his family. God spoke to Noah, sharing his plan to cleanse the earth with a great flood. He told Noah to build an ark, a massive boat, to keep him, his family, and pairs of animals safe during the flood. This would be a way to preserve life and start anew after the floodwaters receded. God gave Noah detailed instructions on how to build the ark, specifying the kind of wood, gopher wood, its length, width, and height, and even how to seal it with pitch to make it waterproof. The ark was to be enormous, with 3 levels inside and a door on its side. Although building something this size must have seemed overwhelming, Noah trusted God and got to work, carefully following every instruction. Day by day, as Noah built the ark, people around him likely laughed and mocked him. They couldn't understand why Noah would build such a large boat on dry land, far from any sea. But Noah continued working, holding on to his faith and trusting God's promise. It took a long time, but finally, the ark was completed. Then, God told Noah to gather his family, his wife, his sons Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their wives, and enter the ark. God also commanded him to bring 2 of every kind of animal, male and female, into the ark. For the animals considered clean, or pure, Noah was to bring 7 pairs of each kind. These animals would help repopulate the earth after the flood. And miraculously, the animals came to Noah, entering the ark peacefully in pairs. Noah also gathered enough food to feed everyone during the journey. Once Noah, his family, and all the animals were safely on board, God himself closed the door of the ark, sealing them inside. And then it began to rain. For 40 days and 40 nights, the rain poured down continuously, creating floods that covered the earth. The waters rose higher and higher, submerging even the tallest mountains, until everything outside the ark was swept away. All the people and creatures on the land perished, and the earth was washed clean of its corruption. Inside the ark, Noah and his family, along with the animals, waited as the rain continued. They must have felt the ark rocking as the waves grew strong. Yet, despite the storm outside, they were safe, protected by God. This experience reminded them of the seriousness of God's warning, and they must have felt both sorrow for the lost world and gratitude for God's mercy in saving them. After 150 days, God remembered Noah and all the living things in the ark. He sent a strong wind across the earth, and the waters began to recede. Slowly, the floodwaters went down, and eventually, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. But Noah still waited patiently, knowing the earth wasn't ready for them to leave the ark yet. He sent out a raven, which flew back and forth until the water dried up. Then he sent a dove to see if there was any dry land. The first time, the dove returned without finding a place to rest. But on its second journey, the dove came back with an olive leaf in its beak, a sign that the water was finally going down and that plants were beginning to grow again. After some more waiting, God spoke to Noah, telling him it was time to leave the ark. Noah, his family, and all the animals stepped out onto the fresh, renewed earth. Noah was overwhelmed with gratitude. The first thing he did was build an altar and offer a sacrifice to God, thanking him for his mercy and protection. God was pleased with Noah's faithfulness and devotion. He made a promise to Noah and to all of creation: never again would he destroy the earth with a flood, no matter how wicked humanity might become. As a sign of this promise, God placed a beautiful rainbow in the sky. This rainbow would remind everyone of his promise and his love for all living things. Whenever people saw a rainbow, they would remember God's mercy and the new beginning he had given them. This covenant between God and humanity marked the start of a renewed life on earth. Noah and his family were blessed, and they set out to repopulate and care for the world, knowing they were under God's protection and promise.